What's up, YouTube? Been a minute, but I'm back. This is the Punk album review by Young Thug. Young Thug is like my second favorite artist right now, so I love him. I love most of his music. And yeah, let's just get into it. So we're gonna start with the song run through, like I always do, just so y'all can get a kind of a idea of what I thought about each song. So Die Slow, I really liked. I wish rappers, or I think rappers, should start doing this more, where instead of making an intro like a phone call or like a some weird event, I think they should make it like an actual song where they're just talking. Like, I don't know, I liked it really. I liked it a lot. I've heard people say it's not really a song, and I that's fine. Like, I replay it like it is a song, even though it really isn't. But it's fine. I love Die Slow. It's a good intro. Nothing against it. I like the way he did it. I like the way he kind of just talks over it. Stressed, I like Thug's chorus. I like J. Cole's verse. He came back a second time, didn't really love it, didn't really hate it, just it was kind of there. And T-Shine, he fits well, he does his job. It's not like an amazing, like, oh, T-Shine killed that, but he doesn't worsen the song at all, so it's kind of just like, there's T-Shine and there he's gone. Stupid and Asking. Stupid, that first part is one of my favorite choruses on the album. I really liked that. I like the beat. There's like this little popping sound in the back that I was like, what is that at first? But I like it now. Then we get to the Asking part, and like I see why the two were put together. It's again a big contrast. And Asking is not even like a bad second half of the song. To me, it's just like, why? Like, I would be perfectly content if this was just Stupid, or if Stupid was the second track and Asking was the third track. Like, I like Stupid, the first half of it, I guess. I don't hate the beat switch. There's been worse beat switches in the history of beat switches, but I don't feel like we needed that beat switch. I feel like it tries to do too much, even though it's not bad. Like, it would have been better just with Stupid. That's my opinion, at least. Yeah, man, he's got memorable bars and Stupid and Asking. Recognize Real with Gunna, really chill vibe. Never really heard Gunna sing like that. It's really nice. It shows versatility too, because a year ago, Thug and Gunna were making songs like Hot, and then making songs like Surf on So Much Fun, and now they're like rapping about their lives in like a really soft, really like vibey manner. So the album's not even really punky, it's just vibey. Contagious, cool concept. He raps about this, like how love or being fake's contagious or whatever. I don't love the chorus, but I don't hate it, and it was kind of one that I kind of just listened to and was like, that was kind of cool, and then just went on. Like, I didn't really go back to it that much. Peeping Out the Window, Future sounds good. He sings well. It's heartfelt. They have lines in there about their families. It sounds good. They got a cool guitar riff in there. And Future's part, it's not an awful chorus, but it's kind of just a chorus. And it's like, I feel like, I just feel like they could have done other stuff with it. They could have gone maybe a bit crazier. They could have done something else. Again, I get it's supposed to be vibey, but like, it really just sounds like sounds, honestly. Like, it doesn't sound like amazing. So that's what I thought about that. B Slime, again, kind of like T-Shine, doesn't hurt the song at all, doesn't really boost it that much. He's kind of just there to fill in the spot. So yeah. The Juice WRLD song, again, the first really hard song on the album. I like the song. I think Juice flows really well on it. I think I like Thug's. This is what I was expecting, like Thug's weird, like chicken. He talks about a chicken and he proceeds to make chicken sounds. Thought that was funny. Thought that was interesting. Like, that's what I wanted from Thug originally in this album. And so, yeah, they give that. Replayable for sure. Juice is always going to give you like a good feature. So yeah, Living It Up, really catchy. I mean, Post Malone really floats on this. Thug's verse is cool. It's a cool entrance. Everyone was hating on Rocky's verse. I like Rocky's verse here. I think Rocky makes the song better. Unlike B Slime and T-Shine, Rocky actually like propels the song forward. I like his verse. His voice on it is just addicting. It's a really auto-tune, so I get if you like Rocky's like more personal style, you're not gonna like this as much, but because it is auto-tuned, it almost took me a minute to figure out if that was him or like Thug or something. But I think it's cool. I think I like it. So yeah. Yeah, got a weird intro to it, weird flow. But the yeahs are kind of catchy. The little chorus he has where he basically says yeah over and over again in a catchy way. Spastic flow. The verses don't really stick for me on this one. Insure My Wrist with Gunna. Again, not bad, not really amazing. They don't do anything that makes me go like, oh, that was terrible. But they don't really do anything that makes me go like, oh, that was really good. Like, it's kind of just like a vibey song, and that's really it. Um, Scoliosis, originally didn't like it. Let's listen to it again. Thought, you know what, it's not that bad. Nice chorus. Again, change of pace, louder. And Lil Double O, you know, he sounds. I like his verse because it's something different. You know, he sounds like he just sounds different than the other artists we've been hearing. So nothing against that. Bubbly, this has torn a lot of people on the album. I think it's hard. Thug's verse is nice. Travis is nice. I like Drake's verse. A lot of people were saying Drake like didn't have a good verse, and I'm like, what? I think there. I mean, Drake. You know, he's on the beat switch. Maybe you don't like the beat switch, but I think Drake's verse is fine and it matches the beat switch well. So Bubbly, nothing against that. Road Rage, good chorus. Just kind of the verses didn't really stick that well. Faces, a better single, but like doesn't really stick really well. Maybe you're getting kind of like a theme that I'm getting from this album. Dropping Jewels, I did like more. Stood out to me a bit more. Verses are still there. They're kind of just whatever. And Fifth Day Dead, again, like same thing. You know, a pretty interesting chorus. Not a chorus that makes you like go, what? But it's a chorus that's you're kind of just like, okay, that's kind of nice. And then it's kind of the verse. And the chorus, you're like, oh, okay. And then it's the verse and the chorus, and then you're like, all right, next song. Icy Hot, this was more of an interesting chorus. I'm still torn on this song. I don't hate Doja Cat's feature. I don't love it, but I think it's above average. You know, I like Doja Cat's feature on this. I just feel like the chemistry isn't really there. I don't think it's either one of their faults. I think they needed to like spend more time on a song. I feel like Thug made this song, sent it to her, and she just did her best to give him something, and like that's what came out of it. I don't feel like there was any real collaboration on it more than that, so it's just kind of like, you know, it's there. Love You More I really like though. Love You More might have been the same thing where Thug just sent it out to Nate something, and he was like, hey man, right? But I like this one. It works better. I like Nate Roos's part. I think he's the guy who sings like on Magic, or he sings in some band that was big, or Rude maybe, is that the song, or the, I don't know, he sings on some band, but you know, all of them really killed it. Gunna's on there. Gunna and Thug, you know, nothing against them, like their part. I like the chorus a lot, so Love You More, I like it. Hate the Game's easily the best single on the album, probably the best song, but I don't know, you know, Hate the Game's up there. It's definitely top 3 best songs on the album. I mean, Catchier Chorus, #1. So Hate the Game is basically like every other single, except the chorus is better and the verses are better. Like it's literally better. Hate the Game is the best single on the album, undebatedly. You know, it's hard to dispute that. I don't know, if you don't agree with me, maybe drop down what you think your favorite single is. But Thug's verse actually sticks with me on this one. You know, he's like, there's a part he goes, how you gonna hate the game but hate me? And he's, you know, he's singing it. It sounds a lot better. And he goes, you know, it's a lot of misconceptions, what it be or whatever. And I don't know, I liked it. Like, Hate the Game, I remember listening to him and be like, okay, I can replay that. Like, I grabbed onto that. That was a catchy chorus. That was actually an interesting verse. Like, okay, let's go. And yeah, that moved on. Day Before, I actually really like this song. I think there's a lot of chemistry here between Thug and Mac. It was recorded the day before he died, so obviously. But I feel like this is like what Day Before has the chemistry that Icy Hot doesn't have. Like, Mac Miller and Thug on Day Before are like, they blend well. Whereas Doja Cat and Icy Hot and Thug, it's like no blend at all, no real chemistry. Again, it's not a terrible song. Like, if you really like Thug and you really like Doja Cat, you're gonna like Icy Hot. But it's just, to me, it was just kind of like whatever. But anyway, Day Before, I loved the song. Mac kills it. I mean, they both like sound like they could rap on that. They were made to rap on that type of beat with the guitar. And yeah, man, I just thought it was good. So yeah. All right, so thoughts about the album. So what I like about the album first, let's talk about what I like. I like that Thug switched the vibe. I like that it's you know, a vibier album. The title's Punk. It's not really punk at all. It's more of a vibe. There are a few hard songs in there. Die Slow really stood out to me. The first part of Stupid and Asking stood out to me. The Juice thing was nice. Hate the Game, probably my favorite song. And then the Max song, the Nate Roos song with Gunna, and the what am I living it up? The Post Malone song. Those are probably the highlights of my listening experience or whatever. So yeah, you know, there were good, definitely good highlights on the album. What I don't like about the album is I feel like most of the singles and some of the features, they just like they all have a pretty good, pretty interesting chorus. Like I've listened to the chorus and I'm like, that's not awful. Like that's pretty good. But then I just hear Thug rapping and it's just like it's like he's hitting the same note every time. Like I da 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 yeah, like da 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 da, and it's just like over and over again, like drilling into my brain, dude. I love Thug, okay, like I love him. He's got amazing verses, but I feel like you could take some of these singles, okay? Tell me I'm not wrong. You could take Contagious. You could take Yeah, Yeah, Yeah. You could take Road Rage, Faces, Dropping Jewels, and Fifth Day Dead, okay? You could have all those songs lined up, keep the choruses where they're at, and you could switch around the verses for like every single one of those songs, and it would not matter because it sounds the exact same. Like the verses just sound like filler. They just sound like Thug is just like rapping to rap. Like it doesn't go anywhere, dude. I don't know how else to explain this, but it's just kind of like, at least for me personally, I know there's a lot of people who love the album and that's cool. I don't hate the album, but it just sounds like it sounds like he's got 30 seconds. He goes in the studio, is like, all right, I got to fill this 30 seconds. So I'm just going to like rap like the same note over and over and over again and tell kind of a story, but with no real interesting, like memorable lyrics. And then I'm go back into a like pretty good chorus. And then I'm go back and do the second verse. And then that's it. It just sounds to me like, I feel like because the album is so vibey, it's not interesting in a lot of parts, which is why I really think the songs with features stand out way more than the singles. Like I feel like all the singles could have been left off the album except for Hate the Game, like, and Die Slow. Die Slow was nice, good intro. But that's just my opinion on it, man. So like I might get flamed for saying that. Like if you really like Thug and you really like vibey music, then maybe all the singles feel like hits to you. But for me, it was just like I cannot remember a single bar off of like any of the singles except Hate the Game. Like honestly, like I cannot, like if you told me to say like one bar in the verse, not the chorus, but the verse of like any of these singles, I would not be able to give you one because it went in one ear and I was like, okay, went out and I was like, whatever. At the same time, I know I just completely like, blasted him for those verses, but at the same time, there's good parts in the album too. There's good features. Thug has good choruses. Like all the choruses are pretty good for the most part. It's not like he missed. It just sounds so like just uninteresting. And the more I listen to the album, the more I feel like this. At first when I listened to it and everything was new in my head, I was like, all right, that's fine. But I just feel like there's nothing interesting. If you want an interesting album that's better than Punk, listen to Beautiful Thugger Girls, bro. Beautiful Thugger Girls, and like one song off that album, and you will know what I'm saying when it's interesting. So yeah, man, that's what I thought about the album. I'm gonna give the album the most and the fattest 5 I think I will ever give an album. I think it is just right in the middle. Not really at all bad, not really that much better. Just 5, dude, solid 5, and that's all I think. So yeah, thank y'all for watching, man. Drop down what you thought about the album. Were you like disappointed by it? Were you like, excited by it? Did it meet your expectations or not? And make sure to follow me and subscribe for more. So thank y'all for watching, man, and peace out.